Well, I guess this movie is the answer to the ultimate question posed by Johnny Depp himself. Why is the rum always gone? Watch this movie and you'll know.
If there was something wrong, would you be all so strong? Would you do what if this movie's all life long? I like to think I would, you know, I like to think I would. But I can guarantee that what you see is not reality. Never thought she makes a point to make it get a boy. She said it's easy, but in the end you have no choice. And you know, so just the way that...
Alright, hi, my name is Mike Smith, and today we're going to be talking about The Rum Diary. So, The Rum Diary. Basically, based on the novel by Hunter S. Thompson, directed by Bruce Robinson, and starring Johnny Depp. Now, for those of you who, some of you probably know, some of you may not, Johnny Depp was in another movie based on Hunter S. Thompson novel called Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, which I recently watched also before this movie. I'm not a big fan of that movie. I think it kind of goes nowhere. It's just kind of Johnny Depp doing drugs for 2 hours, and if that sounds appealing to you, I mean, it's an interesting movie, but I'll talk more about it in a What I've Been Watching segment, but in short, it's an interesting movie that kind of goes nowhere. But, you know, the concept is pretty fun, and there are individual great scenes in that movie that just don't come together as a whole. Basically, whatever you feel about Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, if you've seen it, that is probably how you'll feel about The Rum Diary. I think that's basically all I can say. The Rum Diary focuses on Johnny Depp's character, Raoul Duke is his name, and he's a young writer. It's based on Hunter S. Thompson, so he's a young writer who gets sent to Puerto Rico on an assignment, and he kind of just takes in the culture there. And I would say this movie has more of a plot than Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, so it's got that going for it. But it still doesn't really lead much anywhere. I mean, I think this might be a short review just because there's not much I can say about the plot-wise. He gets involved in some kind of shady business deal with Aaron Eckhart's character, which, you know, involves his newspaper and how it's going out of business. You know, I won't go much further into detail than that. But I would say the plot, not important to this movie at all. I think the movie is fine. It's a decent film. It's nothing great or anything. It's not good. It's not even that good, I would say. But much like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, there are a bunch of individual scenes of this movie that work really well. Particularly, I think my favorite scene was when they lost the chair of their car, and so Johnny Depp and his friend had to like sit on each other's lap while they were driving. That was a really funny scene. It was a lot of fun, that scene, and there were a couple other scenes like that, like when they took a certain drug that made them hallucinate, like with the weird tongue thing that you see in the trailer. You know, a couple of scenes like that. But other than that, I mean, the movie really doesn't go anywhere, much like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I know I'm saying that title really fast, so it probably just sounds like I'm mumbling Vegas. But Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is what I mean when I'm saying that title really fast. So, yeah. But yeah, individual scenes, there are certain individual scenes very good. They don't add up to the movie as a whole. I think Johnny Depp is very good in this movie, which is great because I've been kind of annoyed with him lately. I mean, okay, I really liked Rango. I thought he was great in Rango. But Pirates of the Caribbean 4, you know, he phoned it in. He was phoning that in easily, and for good reason. It's Pirates of the Caribbean 4. It was kind of... The movie itself was phoned in, but I'll talk about that another time. You know, Alice in Wonderland, I hated that movie. I didn't see The Tourist, but just judging, like, I could see, like, I probably wouldn't like it. I probably wouldn't like Johnny Depp in it. So just in recent, his past few movies I haven't been a big fan of. It's just, like, the thing, he's one of my favorite actors, Johnny Depp. I really like him. But just recently he's been doing the same kind of roles over and over again. I mean, although Rango is the exception. I liked Rango, but I think the last movie I really liked him in was Public Enemies, and then before that was Sweeney Todd, I would say. And, I mean, I know I said he's doing the same roles in Sweeney Todd's Tim Burton movie, but Sweeney Todd's another exception because I really like Sweeney Todd. And then, you know, he's got Dark Shadows coming out next year, which is another Tim Burton movie, which I guess I'll sit through. I don't know. But I could talk about Tim Burton another time because I do like Tim Burton. Just recently, his work I'm not a big fan of either. His more recent stuff other than Sweeney Todd. But so yeah, Johnny Depp's very good in this movie. Anyway, I got off track for a little bit. Johnny Depp's very good. The cast is very solid. Johnny Depp's good. Aaron Eckhart's good. Giovanni Ribisi is very good. Very different than what you usually see from him. So it was pretty cool. Amber Heard is fine. Her character doesn't really amount to much, but it's fine. Yeah, and I think that directing wise, I mean, I think it could have been tighter. I mean, since there was not that much plot, I feel like they could have cut out quite a bit, and it still would have been. It probably would have been much better. I had the same problem with Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas too, but I think overall I liked Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas a little more, even though I'm not even a big fan of that movie, just because of the cool the individual scenes that work in that movie work better than in this movie, I would say. But if you like that movie, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing because it's definitely a divisive film. If you like that movie, then you might like this one. I think that's what I can say about this. So yeah, I guess that's about it for the Rum Diary. I don't really have too much to say just because I saw it a few days ago, so it's not as fresh in my head, and it's also just not that great. I didn't think anyway. So yeah. So in conclusion, some individual scenes that are very good, but overall the movie doesn't go anywhere. Johnny Depp's very good. The cast itself is pretty solid. Screenplay's okay. Writing's okay. It's fine. So, yeah. That's it for the Rum Diary. I may be going to see In Time in the next couple days, so I might I might check that out, and if I do, I'll post a review of it. This weekend I'm seeing Margin Call at my indie theater, so I'll check that out. And if I get a chance, I'll probably go and check out Tower Heist. So yeah, and I'll be posting my community recap after the new community within the day or two after. And I got a What I've Been Watching coming up. So you got quite a bit of Mike Smith Film Blog to be following YouTube. I hope you take it into consideration. All right. My name is Mike Smith, and you are YouTube, and you just watched a Mike Smith Film Blog YouTube review. That's a really terrible catchphrase. I gotta think of another one. All right. Goodbye, YouTube.